on here. Who do we have do we have any consultants with us this evening? Yeah. Hi, Angie. Oh, hang on. We're going to unmute you.
I got you. You're unmuted.
There you go. Hi, Angie.
Hi, how's everyone this evening?
Good. So we're going to have our consultants introduce themselves in case everyone on screen doesn't know. So Angie, why don't you tell us where you're from and who your manager is?
Okay, so my name is Angie Silva from Las Vegas, Nevada. Brand newcomer to the Jafra team as of a couple days ago, and I am under Miss Abernathy.
Under who? I'm sorry?
Evelyn Abernathy in Carson, California.
Nice. We love Evelyn. There she is. Hi, Evelyn. That's awesome. Great to have you, Angie.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be on the team.
So how did you meet Evelyn if you're in Las Vegas?
Ooh, we go back a couple years back. She used to be my daughter's preschool teacher.
Cool. Oh my God. So what made you say yes to Jafra? What were you looking for and what did you find here?
Out in the real world, I could never find a good corporate job that fit my schedule and the joy of having a super women team. So I had no choice but to twist my arm finally and say yes, because everything else was not working for me. But the joy of knowing the products, as far as we've been trying them out and stuff, and the opportunity for a flexible schedule definitely is a benefit.
Wonderful. I love that. Thank you. That's like so cool. Well, welcome to the team. Great to have you. And we'll get to meet you. Let's see. For sure, I know you'll probably go to Dallas, but I'm saying Vegas for sure in August. We'll all be there with you.
Yes, hopefully so.
I look for a little tour guide.
Here you are. I have to get to know the city a little more too. I've only been here, but it's definitely a great city.
Very cool. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, other consultants, we're going to have you introduce yourself and share who you are and where you're from and who your leader is. Go ahead, consultants. Go ahead,
LaDonna Lacey. Jackie, I'm LaDonna Lacey. I'm a renewed consultant and just started in the middle of August and have 2 new consultants already. And I'm in Ada, Oklahoma, South Central Oklahoma.
Oh, we need managers out there so bad, LaDonna. This is awesome. Very cool. What's your goal date for promotion?
My goal date for promotion is, let's see, I have December, January, February, by March 1, because I'm going for I want the iPad.
Very good. Very good. So tell us what brought you back to Jafra.
I missed the product. And I wanted something that I could build to go along with my retirement, that I could build as a business, that I could have flexible income.
I love it. I love it. Great. Thank you. Nice to have you. Okay, other consultants. Go ahead, Kristen.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm from Massachusetts.
And who's your manager, Kristen?
Marie.
Marie Menard?
Yes.
Wonderful. And how long have you been in Jafra?
Probably about a month.
Very good. I love it. So why did you join and what do you see possible for yourself in the business?
I had a spa treatment and I was hoping to make a little money on the side.
Excellent. I love it. Very good. Thank you. Welcome to the business. Great to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other consultants with us in the house tonight?
Hi.
Hi, Miss Linda. How are you?
Great.
Good.
I'm Linda Hudgens, and I'm from Texas, and Vicki Hoover is my manager.
Great. And what was the reason you joined Jafra?
I just wanted something for myself because I've been retired and disabled. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted something for myself that I could share with other women.
Wonderful. Love it. You're at the right place. Thank you. Okay, any other consultants with us?
No, it's not muted. Hi. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Belinda, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Sorry, go
That's
ahead
good.
and say your name again so everyone can meet you.
Belinda Ellis, and I'm with Evelyn Abernathy.
Excellent. And how long have you been a consultant?
4 years. About 4 years.
Very good. Well, it's great to have you with us. What's your favorite part of being in Jafra for 4 years?
The products.
Of course, we
Always
love
been the
those.
products.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, last chance. Any consultants with us? Okay. Well, I want to say welcome to all of our leaders. You can see many of their great names on the screen. We're going to remain going back and forth tonight. We're going to go from screen to a slide. So to get you ready for the Ignite meeting, this is Ignite Part 2. We're going to twist it up just a little bit tonight because we also have just launched Miami. And I don't know about y'all, but going to South Beach is really going to be amazing. And so that's part 1. Part 2 is I just saw everything coming next year. You not only have to be in Miami, you have to be in Vegas, and you must, no ifs, ands, or buts, be in Dallas. Tell everybody who's buying you Christmas gifts to take them back and go to Dallas. And I'm not kidding. There is no option to not be there. So this is a completely different year of everything. I know if you don't know me, my name is Jackie Geisinger, by the way, your sales manager for the English market, Amber region. And I got to tell you, I've been here a long time. I've seen every program and promotion that's been in play for 37 years. And this is everything that helped me build districts is coming back, but it's different and better and smarter and faster and simpler. So I'm just going to say to you all, rest up a little bit, get your mind, your goals, and your dreams ready between now and the end of this year. And you better open that door ready to race because it is income all over the table. It is leaderships and district directors all over the stages. So this is your time to really do life different. So finish strong. That doesn't mean stop now and sleep. It means have a good ending because we're already 1 month into a 6-month trip. Okay, so this is really big. Look at it out there. Look at that whole group. Is that Utah sitting out there in that living room? Woo, woo! I love it. Hello, Utah. You guys get the prize with the most attendees. That's awesome. That's awesome. So good job, Michelle. All right, I love it. So again, we're going to kind of twist Miami into Ignite a tad, okay, as we go through this tonight. So I want to just take a little bit of a pause, though, because Miami is about doing the personal business. It's about selling. It's about sponsoring. So is there anyone here already tonight that have sponsored consultants this month in December? If you have, unmute yourself, raise your hand, and tell us how many you've sponsored.
So far, one, Jackie, but I have another one who wants to come in.
Excellent. So one for sure already sponsored. That's awesome, early bird. Okay, cool. Great job. Anyone else?
I sponsored one on the 1st, and I've got a second one I'm working on right now personally. And
Excellent.
I've got 3 indirects coming in.
Wow, congratulations. That's exciting. Okay, great. Anyone else? Congrats, Carla. Okay. Do not let any holidays delay you. All right? This is a time to really talk about why now, why not now, because if they join, you have no idea if they're going to earn Miami and want to go with you. But the less time you give people, the less options they have. So, Linda, were you raising your hand that you sponsored as well?
Yep, I've sponsored 2 so far this month.
Woo! Ding, 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 ding. Anyone beat 2 for December? All right. We have 2 winners in the house. One is Linda with the most sponsored so far. She's going to get a prize mailed to her tomorrow. And Michelle, is that your house, your living room that you're feeding them dessert and not us? Just kidding. Is it Michelle's house? Are you the host? All right. And Michelle's going to...
I got the microphone now. Yeah, it is my house, yes.
All right. And Michelle's going to get a prize as well for having the most people sitting in her living room on Zoom. So if you want to draw and give it away, that's up to you. I'm just telling you, you're getting a prize in the mail. So congratulations. So, okay. So we're going to take you through some basics training tonight. In order to do the basics in a systematic way that you're constantly growing, never starting and stopping, it's called doing the consistent behaviors every day in different ways or in more consistent ways. So tonight we're going to take you through the basics. We're going to do it with a little twist up. So we were privileged to hear the story from Susan Nichols tonight on our opportunity call. So I want you to see that if you didn't hear that, you can listen to the recording or we have it on Zoom. And I apologize, there's a little bit of static noise that I couldn't unmute for some reason. But she had a great testimony. And she had a great story. And actually, it's perfect because we're going to tie that into Ignite. Telling stories is what people relate to. If you study anything about social media today, it's not called pushing pictures forward. It's not called placing Jafra videos constantly out there. It's what you marry your story to that builds your brand. So stories always sell. Facts will only just tell. So you're going to see that as you talk to people or you're talking through your social posting, that telling stories like Susan did is really, really important. And it's also about overcoming objections. So if you think about it, what are some of the most common objections you get from people to buy the product, book a party, become a consultant? What are some of the common objections that you tend to get? We'll just take a few. And you'd have to unmute yourself to talk, so sorry.
I don't have enough time.
Time. Time is always of the essence, right? So believe it or not, we think it's money or lack of working. It's time. And the hardest part about self-employment is time management. Because especially you have to be very disciplined to work from home. So Susan talked about that, how when she started her business, here she was working full-time, but couldn't wait to get off at 3 o'clock and go do 3 to 5 Jafra parties every week because that brought her the joy and this income and the recognition that she loved. So we're going to talk about objections tonight because even as you share stories like Susan did, talking about objections in your story help them because they don't see that they could do it. If you think about yourself when you looked at starting the business, there were things that instantly were holding you back or things that crossed your mind. Time is one of the biggest. Linda had it right. It's probably number one. But they think in their mind it's 20 to 30 hours a week when they're already putting in 40 to 50 hours a week. So we have to make sure when we talk about our opportunity or even how long a party takes, I can tell you some people have 3.5-hour marathon parties. And I don't mean our brand, But I've been to parties that, oh my goodness sakes, it takes hours, right? So the key is that as we do this, we literally want to overcome those objections by saying, you know what, our Jafra parties only take about 30 minutes of at the spa, and the rest of the time is for, you know, your socializing and friends. So giving them, overcoming those objections, because they may not ever book a party because they're like, are you kidding? I just went to one and they were, you know, burping bowls for 3 hours. I don't mean to cut down Tupperware. I'm not saying that, but they might have an experience in their head, right? So our goal is to undo experiences. So doing the business, same thing with a couple hours a week. What if we could show you how to turn that into a couple $100 a week or a month? Keeping it very simple to overcome the objection. Okay, I'll take one other objection. What's another top objection you hear?
I don't have any friends.
Ah, how many of you get the I don't know anyone? Very common, very common. So what are some things you say to overcome that objection?
I tell them that they only need to have 1 or 2 people, and then have each of those, their friends bring a friend or 2, and that will build attendance.
Okay, excellent. You can start any business with just a couple of people, right? That's excellent. Okay, very good. Okay, anything else?
I can't sell. I don't know how to sell.
I don't know how to sell. How do we respond to that?
I always tell people it's like having a coupon at your favorite store, and you would share that. If you found a really good special or a really good product that you love, you would tell everybody you know about it because you want to make sure they don't miss out. So I tell them it's the same thing. It's not selling, it's sharing something you love because you love it and you wouldn't want anybody else to miss out on it.
And I love that. You know, again, thank God you don't know how to sell, because I don't want you to sell. We share, right? So love that. You know what? They can't get Jafra anywhere. If you love it, why would we keep it a secret? She's going to only look 10 years younger, but with Jafra, she can look 30 years younger, right? So let's make sure she at least has the choice. Just like Susan, when Susan was looking at the product, she had a skincare routine she didn't like. It wasn't working. And she tried Jafra, and that was it. And she never went without Royal Jelly, which kept her there for 5 years till she became a consultant when she was finally asked, right? So I want to bring this back to just something that I'm kind of moving from Susan's story to kind of an opening to Ignite. Because something Susan said that was cool. I asked her, why did the lady take 5 years to invite her to be a consultant? And it was because the lady assumed she was too busy being a nurse. So if you look at, many of you carry a contact list, whether you carry the sponsoring tracker form, you use the memory jogger form, and you track it there, you use your cell phone, whatever your container is, you keep your leads with. Sometimes we get still sweaty palm hands, right? We get sweaty hands, sweaty palms, because we're like, oh, I don't want to call her. You know what? She's an attorney. I just don't see her needing the money. I don't see her wanting to do this. But you know what? What if somebody didn't invite you? What would your life be like without Jafra? Think the opposite. When you get to a doubtful spot, and you in your head have these little voices, I don't know who they are, little Pac-Man, telling you that, oh, not her, because I know exactly why she won't do this. We got to like eat the Pac-Man up, right? We got to go grab those little guys, because the truth is, it's her choice. And when you're calling people and being a day maker, they're going to have a little pep in their step. When you come in and say, you know, I know you're so busy, and you don't have a lot of time. I watch you on Facebook. I know your volunteer life, your career life, your kids' life, but I've got to tell you that doesn't stop me from thinking that I know what I know, that this product is so good. And the skills that you have as a woman, the talents you have, the personality, the natural joy in your heart, you would be so good at sharing, Jafra. And I can't get you out of my mind. And you deserve 5 minutes to take a look and just see what you think before you judge it or I judge you. You deserve to take a look. If you were to take a look at owning your own business, first of all, have you ever? Second of all, if you did, what might you like about it? So it's really just pausing and listening. The number one skill to anything is one, inviting them, because you know what? How many of you hate rejection? How many of you love it? Liars. Kidding. Okay. The truth is, you are rejected if you don't call. So from your heart, when you pause and think about why them, why not them, what objections could happen before you make the call, you're going to be prepared. And you know what Ignite training is all about? Confidence. Confidence comes from consistent, making a list, checking it twice, focusing on when you call them, it's about them. That's why I love texting, but no, I don't. You can't text your heart. When you call and have a conversation, you have those conversations. You can ask questions and you can engage. Texting is a follow-up after you have a relationship, right? As is posting. Hopefully posting because people like you, they share you. And that leads you to a natural course of new leads that come to you naturally. But that only comes with relationships. That's why you might spend a lot of money on boosting on Facebook, but you're not getting anywhere. It's the relationship sharing that really makes it happen, and telling stories and asking questions and having them imagine it helps. Okay, so that's our warm-up to Ignite. I want you to think back. We're going to do a quick testimony, and then I'm going to roll into some slides. So get your notebook out and your pens. But for those of you who have been to Ignite, we kicked off Ignite in February in Las Vegas. We've had numerous Ignites on Zoom, in a room, all over the nation. What is something you've learned from Ignite so far that has changed some of your business practices and results this year? Does anything stick in your mind that you've learned and applied?
I think the concept of not making assumptions about anybody. That's, I mean, and just asking everybody and talking to everyone, because like you said, what if no one had asked me, you know? And so I think that's made a big difference for me this year. Just trying to think, it's not about me, it's about them and what Jafra can do for them and how it can help them. And of course it helps us to grow and find new clients, but what we're doing is we're helping someone else. And by helping that person, we're growing our business. It's kind of a side benefit. And so I love to help people. So that fits really well with my personality. And that's helped me to share more consistently just with random strangers while I'm out walking around doing my errands and whatever else I'm doing. That's been a key thing for me.
Well, and Lori's a prime example. Again, I want you to, thank you, Lori, to think about your business practices, okay? Because in a new year, we get to create new mini goals every day, every week, every month for the year, right? So think of habits. Everybody does the weight loss, the saving money, the down the debt, right? So I want you to think about a couple of things that I heard Lori say. Lori's a master at Subway, by the way. So, but she's a woman who is very, very busy, runs, 3 companies from home, with her husband, with, you know, kids all over all the time. She volunteers all the time. She's busy. At the end of the day, she's had to master doing Jafra along her way and get past the fear of just noticing someone in front of her and inviting them to join Jafra. And it's worked. And so again, I want you to think about how many times a day in your day, where do you go? How many people do you connect with? It's the connections that matter. Number 2 is when you get those assumption doubts. And I know I've worked with Lori quite a bit in coaching, and she used to kind of make a list and have some doubts. Really didn't even want to dialogue a whole lot about role playing, right? But the fun thing is she's doing it so naturally now because she doesn't judge. She knows what she has as a gift. It's been a gift to her personally and professionally and financially. But to give that to someone, you never know that maybe they just had a terrible day and you made their day. You don't know that they don't have debt, that they aren't seeking careers. I love what Angie said. She's been out there looking for a job for how long? And there's nothing. And finally she said, I'm done. Let me try this. Oh my gosh, yes, right? So it's that we don't know what they go through, but we always give them that option to keep it with them. So that if it's their time, great. If it's not, you have planted those seeds that it may be their time. Just like LaDonna, all of a sudden she's like, oh my gosh, now I need Jafra differently. I did it years ago as a business for different reasons. Then my life changed. Now I'm retired. I need it again in a whole different way. So it changes in our life. But when you get fearful, you know what? Stop and write your gratitude list. Take 1 minute and list everything you are grateful that the person invited you to be in this business. And all of a sudden you realize it's not about you. It's about them. So as we work tonight, what we're going to do, I'm going to just kind of boogie through a refresher course of Ignite, and then we'll take you to, you know, just some new training tips. And we're going to end with some Miami thoughts and tips, okay? We've had a couple of weeks. We already kicked off Miami. We did our action planning webinar. So if you haven't watched the recordings, please do. We have the action planning webinar. You can go to YouTube and just type in Lori Alley Jafra and look at the December action planning webinar where we explain everything about Miami, etc. if you need the details. You can also see it all at jafraroyalty.com. Number 2, if you're a new consultant and you haven't gone through the new consultant orientation or new consultant basics, that's also on YouTube, Lori Alley Jafra. You'll find that there. Please do that as well. And the next thing that we have is last Monday, you had what we call the Dirty Dozen leaders who came in and shared all sorts of amazing ideas on how to sell, book, sponsor, and promote to team leader. So again, that's also posted there. You'll find a plethora of many videos there, and in beautiful, of course, to get through anything that you get stuck on. But what I wanted to do is, again, just let you know that most importantly, you have a couple of really busy weeks ahead, that people are busy and out and about. Keep yourself out and about and keep yourself socially connected. Everywhere you go, be ready to treat people, to give Jafra gift certificates, Jafra gift-giving sachets away, and invite people to open the new year with a new business, a new skincare regimen, or still help them with shopping services. And treat them to a little at the spa while they're stressed out. So you have a lot to give. I'll tell you what, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, everybody loves free manis. Everybody loves to have their makeup done. So you can do a whole lot of fun if you've got the time. But look at your calendar and plan it wisely. Because just a little bit here and there and reaching out calls can do a lot of business. So let me take you to a little share screen. Bear with me here. I'm going to get my desktop going. All right, let me get myself set up. Sorry. And we're going to just do a couple of quick reviews. All right, so the first review we're going to do is taking you through a little bit from Ignite. And as I do this again, I want you to take some notes, but I also want you to keep a list going. So a separate sheet of paper, and it's going to have 3 columns. Name, column number 1. Column number 2 is what's in it for them. Column number 3, possible obstacles. And within that column, you'll write their overcoming obstacle story. Okay? So as you go through tonight, think about who would love your shopping elf services, who would love to attend a party, or maybe even host one to still earn free shopping dollars and 60% off holiday giftables. Or maybe they've got a club organization, or they employ people that you could do something fun for their teams, their staff, their groups, or organizations, or even let you set up a tabletop in their businesses. Who do you know that you'd love to have on your team? You know she'd love to have her own business. So think of hostesses, clients, potential new clients, tabletops, shopping services you can provide for husbands, for kids, for employees, as well as consultants. If you're a leader, even list in the name column your Miami Squad invitees. Have you really invited your consultants to go to Miami with you and build this business to a level of great income where they're going to make $500 to $800 a month for the next 6 months, working 3 to 5 hours a week? And maybe they just need a refresh too. Okay, so who, what's in it for them, and why are you thinking about them? I thought of you because, and what obstacles could you hit with them in their own mind, or you know enough about them and you might not. And then what solution might you give them? Okay, so 3 different columns. And you can do that throughout the whole time that we're sharing right now. Okay, because we're going to come back to that. Okay, here we go. So the most important piece, and let me move this so we don't see everything. All right, so the most important piece is your why. Why are you doing this business? Where do you want it to take you? Confidence in Ignite, we talk about how to talk, right? How to tell stories, how to share from your heart, not your head. The why is, why are you doing this? What's in it for you? What's in it for your family? What do you want this to be if it was December 2018? If you don't know that and see that each and every day with a picture in front of you, a dream board, your one red dress you're gonna wear, you sitting in Miami with your, beach drink. If you don't see that, it's really easy as your own boss to be uninspired, to get down and say, I need motivation. You lost your why. Just find your why and get back. The why is key. In Jafra, what is in it for you? It's not about how. We have so many training videos on how. It's about the why. The why isn't big enough to change how you do it. Or the why isn't something you believe in. Why is the key. Family, is it for your family? Is it to travel? Is it those surprise Friday night dates paid for by Jafra? Is it to be debt free? Is it to be free, to not have to live paycheck to paycheck? Is it to quit one of your 4 jobs? Is it to go down to 1 day a week, like Susan said, so she has me time? Is it to be home with the kids? Because the other side is, if you don't do it, what's going to happen? This is your life. It's the freedom. So remember, there's 3 ways to make money. And as you look at this business, to do all 3 is where bigger dreams. If you just sell, great. That can solve some of the bills. But when you add sponsoring and you're a leader and you and your team are growing, you not only have the selling every day, but you have your monthly income from commissions. But when you help others and guide them to start with their team of 4, like LaDonna, to earn her iPad, to be a team leader, and you constantly invite every single person, no judgment. Just like Lori said, I don't assume anymore. And don't assume once you sponsor them that all they want to do is sell. Invite them to have freedom, not just $1,000 a month. Why not $1,000 a week? Why not $1,000 a day? You get what you speak and what you believe. Be worth $1,000 a day because you are. And it doesn't take you 30 years. We can do this in literally 1 to 3 years when you invite people to have what you do. Because when you promote leaders, there's Mercedes-Benz, there's car cash every month, life insurance. You can go to Miami and you can go to Africa. So it gets bigger when you do all 3. And I don't know about y'all, but everything I study about millionaires, they don't have one way to make money. They're investing, and they have multiple ways, whether they're owning homes and renting them, IRAs, 401ks, stock markets, to everything you could imagine. It's multiple streams of income. That's why this is multi-level marketing. By selling directly to a consumer. When you have customer relationships, consultant relationship, and leader relationships, you can't be a pyramid. We do all 3 in our wonderful model. So I want to just go back and refresh on something real quick. This is called your prospects. When you're talking to someone, when you're making that call, and you're doing your 3 columns, but remember their shoes. Never forget what it felt like in your shoes. Just like Susan shared in her story tonight. There's a couple of things. Can I trust the person who's calling me? Could I picture myself doing what Jackie's telling me? And would it be worth it? I thought of you because, darling, you're working 4 jobs. This is Esther who's with us. New manager. She was working 4 jobs. Well, crazily, going through lots in her life, a lot of doctor appointments, a lot of different things with her family, herself, her kids, health, life, and Jafra became that solution. And now Jafra's her job. And she did that in a short time. So why would they want it? What's in it for them, that middle column? What's in it for them? When you overcome obstacles or objections, that 3rd column, can I do this? You help them see how to do it. I know you're very busy. I know you're working 4 jobs. But Esther, what if we could get rid of 1 or 2 of those jobs so you could be home at night for dinner with your kids? You could have time with your husband. And we could have Jafra's 5 hours a week replace 2 of those 20 to 25 hours a week. And you're working for yourself and home with your kids. So that's why when you think of them, think of what's in it for them, why you know they could do it, and why you know what you know that they might come up against, and how you can prove to them it's worth it through your story, right? Like Susan, who worked full time, but she still was able to do 3 to 5 parties a week every week as she started the business. So again, it's worth it. That's thousands of dollars a month. She was able to support and contribute to her family's mortgage and many things along the way. Remember, the most important thing is not just time management, but organization. Ladies, get your container straight. You can't do Post-it notes and your calendar and your phone and a list. You want to have a container, one that keeps the list of who you thought of that day, who you called that day, and where you're moving them into your calendar. Who did you meet? If it's all in your phone with the Google app, that's great. Keep app, the Google Keeper app is a good tool. If it's one notebook, great. If it's all in texting, great. But you have to keep it organized because you don't want to lose a name. That's your brand that never called them back. When you don't call, you don't know what goes on in their mind. Oh, maybe she thought I couldn't do this. Kind of Susan's episode. She ended up asking the lady at the table and never asked Susan. And she thought, oh, maybe she didn't think I could do this. So the key is when you follow through, you believe in what you offered. The key is to do that. You have to put it in your calendar, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. And when it's with you all the time, you have 5 minutes when you're waiting for your husband to go into Walgreens and get a prescription. You have 5 minutes picking the kids up or grandkids from school. Take those 5 and pile and dial and get your voice out there. Keep your list, check it twice, and be organized. This is also something really important. Do you take 5 minutes? You know how I feel the power of 5 minutes. 5 minutes of calls here. Be disciplined. If you work in an office, you can't have coffee break, even though you only have 10, 15 minutes, till you do 5 minutes of calls. You can't leave the office as much as you want to get home till you make 5 calls before you get in the car, or 5 minutes. Just as the same, there's magic. I'm helping you set up some new habits next year. Just getting up 5 to 10 minutes earlier will help you. Pause and take out that memory jogger. I love this form. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love how Angie said, gosh, Evelyn used to be a preschool teacher for me. So Evelyn goes back to that memory jogger. Who do you know that you used to work with? Or whose kids, because she used to do preschool. Whose kids? Who were the moms of the kids you used to support when you were a preschool teacher? This triggers your mind. But doing this every day and then adding the people in you meet along the way keeps your memory every day with a new list. And then you got a plan to do the list, right? So always keep that in front of you and train your consultants. And remember, when you do call, don't ever forget this. You need a referral system. Gosh, is there anyone? Susan, I appreciate you being honest with me. Right now is not the best time. I've put you on my callback list for January. I so value and appreciate your honesty. Let me ask you, based on what we talked about today and what this could do during the holiday season for people, is there anyone you could think of right now that might be interested in just hearing the information? A college student, someone who's a high school senior, a mom, a teacher, anyone that you know. I've got a great referral program. I love to give my customers a $20 gift certificate every time they refer someone to me who becomes a client, a hostess, or a consultant. It's just my way to say thank you. Or I give 10 to you and 10 to them for being a referral. So I don't care what the gift is. It's all about ending with a what's in it for them. Because businesses were built this way, from vacuum cleaners to encyclopedias years ago. Because you know what? You could start this business. One of the objections I loved, I don't know anybody. You could start with just 4, like Evelyn shared, and then ask them to bring 3 friends to the table for a facial. And before you know it, there's 16 in front of you. And then they each bring 3. And 16 times 4, you're at what? What's that? 64? 16 times 4? 64. Before you know it, 64 times 4, again, you're well over 200. And that is when you're on your way to success. If you do this with every person, whether you're renewing yourself or you're brand new, the list will grow. The key is, again, inviting them. Who do you know that? And just as I talked about Lori took advantage of being busy, and everywhere along her day, she pauses now, looks at the person, and talks intentional about them. We could talk about her consultant she's met at Subway, that she just pauses and says, gosh, let me tell you who I am. I'll let her tell you that in just a minute, but let me tell you who I am and what I do. And I've noticed this about you. Here's who I am, what I do, and here's what I notice about you. And have you ever looked at owning your own business, having a cosmetics business? I'd love to show you what this is and let you decide for yourself if you have any interest whatsoever. They're not signing a contract. You're just gathering interest. But if you take those 5 minutes, you make your list, you plug in the 5 minutes here and there along your day, but then you pause and say, where am I going? Today, instead of bringing a salad, I am going to go to Subway so I can meet a few people. I'm going to go at the busiest time. You know what? Instead of going to the drive-thru at Starbucks, I'm going to walk in, because you could walk out with 3 leads versus 0 in a drive-thru. So plan to get new leads, plan to make the calls, and plan your list of who to call. Okay? So think about when people say they're busy. They can fit this in along their day and along their way with just 5 minutes here and there that will give them a business that allows them the freedoms they may be looking for. So let's summarize this. We choose a system. You keep it organized in a place that works for you. You remember not to judge, like Lori said. Invite everyone. They get to choose. Do they want to be a consultant and have their own business and have profit and commission in their life every day that they choose to work? Or do they want to be serviced by you, to have monthly offers and save 10 to 30% by shopping with you, shopping from your website or your auto replenish program? Or do they love to have at the spa with their friends, earn free Jafra, and up to 60% off? Because our average hostesses at our top parties can actually save hundreds and hundreds of dollars and get $100 shopping spree, $200 shopping spree for everything they have on their wish list. Don't judge. Let them choose which service they want. The key is, again, make a list and contact people 10 to 20 a week. You hear in every video we have 3 to 5 a day. If you can't do that 5 days a week, that's okay. Pick a couple of days and at least talk to 3 to 5, 2-3 days a week. If you only do it here and then you overthink it and you don't do it again for another week and then another week, suddenly you don't have the confidence and it's never going to get you to your why. Add your names daily. Remember their names by texting them right away to say, here's who I am, and remember to follow through. That's the key, is the discipline. It's not more hours. You don't have to wait to have more time. Plug it into your daily schedule. And if you can't do it that day, life got in the way, move it to the next day. You're the boss and you control the schedule. But the key is set your days and plan it along your ways. So we did a little interview with Susan on the opportunity call. It's called the My Short Story. Many of you may have found things you had in common with Susan. If we think back, this is actually the interview that I did with Susan. Now, you don't need to have a 10 to 15 minute story. I tapped into her story so we could relate to her. But when you're talking to people, I want you to just take a minute and answer these 6 questions. And please do this, okay? If you're in a room with other people, just say them out loud. But I want you to think about this. You can also just say it out loud and record yourself if you like. So write one sentence, 2 maximum, after this story. I am blank. I am Jackie Geisinger. I own my own cosmetics business, and I coach women to have $1 million companies, whatever you do. I am Jackie Geisinger. I own my own business, and I have for over 30 years. What do you do? Write down your I am, or say it out loud to yourself or someone in the room. And be fast. Don't worry. I do talk to text. That's probably the easiest thing. Do it right now on your phone so you don't have to write. Number 2, in your life, you wanted what when you met Jafra? So kind of like I did with Susan. How were you introduced and what were you looking for? You know what? Susan was introduced to Jafra because a friend of hers had a party. She was a nurse. She was not happy with her skincare products. So she went to a party and was introduced to Jafra, loved the royal jelly, and then had a party herself. When she joined Jafra, she joined because she had used it for 5 years and didn't want to go without it, even though she swore she'd never have another business after spending $10,000 on another business that didn't work. But she saw Jafra as a product that she was so excited to share. Great. So a sentence or 2. Number 4, what impressed you either that day? Some of you, like Angie, have been here a month, okay, or a couple weeks. Sorry, I've got a couple different names. Forgive me. But what impressed you? Okay. What was it? Like Kristen, she's been here a month. What was it? You wanted to make money. You were impressed with what? The products. I love the products. Oh my gosh. What impresses you about Jafra? Having a business on the go, working for myself, 60-year-old company, royal jelly like Susan. Just a couple of things. Just write a couple down. Number 5, Jafra is helping me. Or what do you hope it will do for you as you're retired? For Susan at the time, it was fun. It was recognition. Oh my gosh, the money, the trips. She never felt valued as a nurse. It was so negative in the environment. This brought her joy and happiness and income and gifts and prizes and trips. And the best part is, now she loves to share it. It's natural. It's easy. It sells itself as a business and as a product line. She gets to help herself, go anywhere she wants in the company, help others. But she's excited now in her life to have me time. So how is Jafra helping you? And what is the best part right now for you and Jafra? Okay, so take that story, because as you meet people, instead of memorizing a script about the benefits of Jafra and all the ingredients of royal jelly, active peptides, and blah, 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 right? The key is it's your story. When you meet someone sitting in an airplane and you're like, what do you do? Oh, I do this. Oh my gosh, how did you end up ever going into that industry? And how many kids do you have? Great. How did you meet your husband? And how long have you been in your career? Wow, what do you love most about it? People relate. Oh my gosh, me too. I can't believe, that sort of sounds like my sister, right? So you're connecting through stories. This, I hope you snapshot. I hope you snippet it with your snippet tool, because this is what's really key. And as you're going to call your list of people and what's in it for them, and think about things that could make them maybe say, I'm scared, or it's not going to work because those obstacles. this is when you can say, you know, I remember feeling like that too. I said I'd never do another business like Susan because you know what? I spent $10,000. I worked at something. There were 5 of us doing it. It just didn't work. I'm never doing it again. I felt the same way because many people maybe were in other companies that had all these false promises, or they tried it and it didn't work. Nobody did it. Nobody had a party. It just didn't work. But you know what? I tried Jafra and I found the product sold itself, had a money back guarantee. I didn't have anything to worry about. I just knew I loved the product and that was easy for me. My skin told the story and I found selling. I never sold. I just shared it. So it's using those obstacles to maybe through your story say, you know what? I was impressed with this company because Jafra helped me because I didn't have any time at that time. I didn't even have a lot of friends. But now today, oh my gosh, I've got 1,000 followers on Facebook. I travel, I room with all my friends. We're going to Dallas, then we're going to Miami, we're going to Las Vegas. Jafra's helped me have friends. When I started, I didn't know a lot of people. Jafra's helped me find time, and now I have me time. And the best part is I get to help others. So again, think of those obstacles. So here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to do this together, and I'm going to come back to the cameras, okay? So we did a little training segment. Now we're going to help each other talk a little bit. Hosting your open house at a pizza parlor in the back room. If you are bear with me here. If you were hosting a party at the spa party between Christmas and New Year's when everybody's fat, broke, bored, and need a little bit of at the spa, I want you to think about who would you invite? Who would you invite to your party or to even host a party? Don't think they wouldn't. Write their name, and in the middle column, what are the benefits in it for them? What's in them if they attended your party? I know some of you here, Helen's with us, she had a great successful open house. Why do they come to your open house? Why would they attend your at the spa party? Why would they host one? And then any obstacles you might hit, how would you overcome them? Also on your list, who do you know that would be great at this business? Who do you know that's looking for a great new opportunity in a new year? Who do you know that loves Jafra or would love Jafra that could really say thank you for giving them the option, because we can still order through the 17th, to shop and save, but share and profit while they're out seeing their family and friends, and then have this business with some time to do some videos right now. They can go on and do their training. They can take this along their busy way. They can save right now, profit a little, have a free website, and get going right now. So when January hits, we got new dreams. What's in it for them? Why did you think of them? What would they love? How would this help them? Maybe get rid of all the daycare costs. Maybe have a job she loves because all you hear is how much she hates her job. What if she started now and it's December next year and she said, "Bye-bye, boss"? How cool would that be? And then what obstacles might you hit? Oh, I'm so busy in the holiday season. No, that's why you start now. Because you're busy and seeing the people that most will help you open the doors to your business, your family and friends, right? So we're going to take it with you, introduce them to some products so that you can book with them in January. How about who do you have yet to help with their gift shopping services? The husbands of your clients, last minute gift giving, maybe getting a tabletop somewhere with someone you know who's in a club, organization, owns a business. How about if you're a leader, who do you want to call and invite to grow a team and join you in Miami that can get a soft start now and a huge launch in January? So we could make a list all night long, but we need to talk about who, why, what's in it for them, what are their why nots right now? Could we overcome them because they just don't know that they can? And if not, we'll call them back in January. And then you need a place to invite them to take a look. You can just get on Zoom, go to Jafra Royalty, go to your website, go to joinjafra.com, take a look at it with them for 15 quick minutes, invite them to bring some friends along, take a look. But you got to plan time in your calendar this week to make phone calls from this list. So don't forget the who, why not, where will you meet them, and then when will you call them, okay? All right. Remember our common objections? You all hit it perfect. Look at this. I don't know anyone. I don't sell. I don't have money. And I don't have time. Take a snapshot of this because practicing your dialogues is really, really key. So let's come back. I'm going to go to the audience. I want to stop sharing. I'm going to let you share. Okay. So how many of you have people on your list? Okay, cool. So let's do the first one. How many of you have people to call to book a party or attend your party? Cool. What's in it for them to book a party or attend your party right now? And just share. What did you write down benefits for them?
I'm having a spa party after the holidays on the 27th. And I've already been talking it up, and the group I'm thinking of said, oh, I've got family in, can they come with me? So it's a great way for them to get away from the house with all the kids and just have an enjoyable hour with me.
Love that. Cool. Yeah. So what's in it for them? You're treating them to some spa treatments. I love it. And how fun is that? That's true. I never thought of that. They already have people in town. Mm-hmm. Is there any objections you thought might happen, Linda?
Maybe because they've got people, with them. Maybe not everybody wants to come. So right. My thought is, well, don't make that decision for them. Invite them, and come along with whoever can come. That would be I think the biggest objection, or if the weather's bad or something. But if the weather's bad, I can do Zoom.
Oh, love that. Mm-hmm. So let's go to, this is good to do. What if someone said, gosh, I can't, I do have company. Oh my gosh, I'd love to come, but mm-hmm. What is the solution to that?
Well, I did it the other day. I said, well, who's coming? And then she said, my mom and whatever. I said, well, you know what? Why don't you treat your mom to a time she doesn't have to watch the kids? Let the husbands watch the kids. I said, would your husband be willing? And she said, oh yeah. I said, well then, just whisk her away. Don't even tell her and surprise her. I said, I'll have coffee and tea. I'll have some wine. We'll just, it'll be a nice surprise for her. I've never had anyone who came to a Jafra party ever go away disappointed. So I'm confident there. So I feel like I'm sharing what I know will happen, that experience, sharing what the experience will be. Telling them that, you've been so busy. We've all been busy. And wouldn't it be nice to just sit with your feet soaking in a warm bowl of water and the fragrance coming out as if you just walked into a very fancy spa. That's what I'm going to create for you.
Wonderful. And I love that you, again, rather than say, oh, you have company in town, okay. Really easy to react to that one, but mm-hmm. to really say, well, what if? What if? So listening, not always knowing the exact line, but going, well, let me think about that. What if, right? You may even find, this is one thing, I always had like the waiting list. Okay, so think this way, because there will be people who can't come. I love your option. I've got the grandkids that night and I can't make it. Let me put that on Zoom. That's a great idea. What if I put it on Zoom and you can at least listen and observe and play along with us for the recipe, write it down and treat yourself to that treatment, right? So again, it could be something that way. But I also believe, I used to always use the waiting list. oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, that's not going to work out. Does that seem like something you'd love to do?
Oh, yeah.
I love to host these monthly, and I probably don't have anything on my calendar yet. But if all of a sudden I find people have this interest, you can darn toot and bet I will text out the next date in January for the spot party. Or if you're going to put your eggs in the basket for that event, be ready with one for January, plan B, the first week of January.
Mm-hmm.
So never book anything yourself without double dates.
Okay. Good
Okay.
idea.
So
Yeah.
that's another way to overcome those objections, because not everybody can come. Linda did an awesome job overcoming that objection or obstacle of people in town, because that's a really big one that's going to happen. But I love how you did it. That was awesome.
Well, and the other thing is, not everybody I ask is going to be available, right?
Right.
So if I do have that second date, they're interested, but they're going to be out of town, that second date will probably get filled up. So the key for me is always to have a large enough list. And I don't, in my little area that I'm doing, I can only have 6 people. So, and that was the other thing I said, I have 6 chairs. So if you'd like to reserve a seat, let me know how many you want to reserve for. So that's the other thing. I don't worry about, and then the other thing is I let go of the result of how many people actually show up. Because when they walk through the door, they've got my attention, whether it's 1 person or 7 people. And I think that's what we have to remember, because as you have said all night, we're in service to people. And if we're in service to ourselves, then we're going to be thinking about who's coming, how much are they going to buy, et cetera, et cetera. But if we're in service to others, we're there for them in the present moment, whatever they need.
You got it. Love it. Awesome. Thank you. Let's go to, I love that. So again, from hosting your own to booking a party, again, think about what's in it for them. What are you going to treat them to? I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've got limited seating. This is my treat to you. I just want you to picture what that's going to smell like, feel like, look like for you and your friends. Again, you could have a bring a friend gift if you chose, but be prepared for those obstacles. A busy time, family. Linda did a great spin to that. Let's flip this one. We'll take another example of someone you wrote down to invite to have the business. Right now, seems crazy in this busy time. It's still my favorite sponsoring time, but what is someone you wrote down for the business? And let's review their benefits and their obstacles. So first, let's start with the obstacles. We're going to do one reverse on this one. So look at your list of who you wrote down to join, and always use letters. So if it's S for sponsoring or $, H for hosting or, attending a party, AP, or being a client, okay? So, or, client shopping. Make sure you put letters by the list. I wasn't one that wanted 3-4 lists. I want one, but I kind of just wanted to know my purpose for them. So if you're thinking about someone sponsoring, what are some of the obstacles you wrote down that might happen?
For me, I wrote down my niece, and the obstacle is she doesn't know anything. She's only 19 years old. She's interested, but she doesn't know. So it'll be my job to teach her. So her obstacle right now is she doesn't know. She knows she's interested, but she doesn't know anything about business.
So she's going to say that to you. So Linda, sounds great. Let me tell you, I don't know anything about business. Scares me to death. I don't know. I don't know that I could see myself doing this. So how do you overcome that?
First thing, I'm going to let her know she'll get a free business website, a free personal website, free training, and then she'll have me. I'll be available to her, whenever she needs me to answer questions and to help her.
I love that, because the best part is her personal training for the business is available 24/7 in 15-minute modules by the company, right? So they don't know what onboarding is. So part 1, do this at your leisure. You don't need a lot of time. the key thing would be, what are you most scared about, right? What scares you thinking about it? And it's again, I don't know anything. Great. Here's how simple this is. With about 2 to 3 hours time, 15-minute segments, 8 different series, you can do 24/7 training. Part 1. Part 2, there's training in your kit. The key is the product will sell itself. We're just going to help you know what to say. And the best part is I get to do this right alongside you. You will never be alone. You always have me. So, Linda, great job. That key is instantly. For many of you, I love this example. But let me come back to Linda really quick. Linda, tell me her benefits, though. Why did you write her? What are you thinking about for her?
Personal growth and professional development. I think that getting it in her head right now that she could be a businesswoman at this age, it would be great for her.
Love it. And Linda, for you, and I know her story. So this is where my story comes into play. Linda, how many jobs were you working when you met Jafra?
About 4. 1 full-time, 3 part-time.
How many jobs do you have now?
1 full-time and Jafra all the way.
So when I met Linda and she was sharing her story, she's a perfect story, that this is where she says to her niece, you know what, I know what working for yourself can do. I don't want you to be me. You're 19. Here's who I was. Thank goodness I met Jafra. I was working full-time plus 3 part-time jobs. This business allowed me, Miss Niece, to be able to say, enough already. This business has built my confidence. I see me in you at age 19. And if I could have had somebody at age 19 give me that gift, imagine who I'd be today, right? So I love this. And believe me, Linda would say it that way. That is totally who Linda is. Sorry, I'm just doing a snippet version to save time. But honestly, that's how that story weaves in. Because I heard Linda's story at Ignite, and it's a perfect scenario to bring that out with the 19-year-old, right? So thank you. That is a perfect example. And so the purpose of this little exercise, and this is something for you to work on and practice scripting. If you're a consultant, meet with your manager. Go through this list. Practice a couple of calls, right? And then review that story a little bit, because it's that story that, again, leverages you to be confident, but to say, here's my story. I get it, but here's why it's worth it. Remember the questions the prospect says? Could I do this? Can I trust her? And is it worth it? I know Linda's story's worth it, and I know the way both Lindas, I had 2 Lindas, sorry. Linda W., here I go. Linda White is explaining the benefits of consultanthood through her story. Linda Wright is explaining her spa experience as her story to Why Not You and Who Could You Bring Along? And I think the best part is that just listening, but when you called prepared, think if I just said tonight, the moral of this whole training story, because I want to flip you to a little bit of Miami and finishing strong. If I just said, here, make your list. Okay, you write everybody down you can think of. And you didn't pause to think about what's in it for them, where am I going to invite them, what objections is she going to bring to me? But what do I know that she doesn't know? Linda White said that perfectly. What do I know that she doesn't know? Because she won't know. She hasn't had your experience. It doesn't matter if your experience is 2 weeks old, a month old, 10 years old, right? What is she going to go through in that objection? So you're a step prepared. When you are prepared with these 3 columns, doing that call becomes completely from your heart and about them. Versus, okay, make your list and now call. And here comes, panic freakazoid, right? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Let me get the Jafra scripts, write them down what I saw in my training, and it feels phony because it's not you. Trust is you coming from the heart because you've already thought about what's in it for them and what could maybe cause them to not say yes today. And you're prepared. Just like anything. When you're prepared, you have confidence, right? And when it's about them, it's not about a sales pitch. Stop selling, stop sponsoring. Start inviting from your heart is the whole purpose of Ignite. And I always end with gratitude. If not now, may I put you on your callback list next month? If you, who else do you want to bring along? If not you, who do you know that? Right? So be prepared with a waiting list or the next month callback list. Look at Helen's room. She went out on the street and grew the room size to beat Michelle. They want prizes. Look at this. Recognition galore. Oh my gosh, Evelyn and Helen, they met. They're I love it. So Evelyn, introduce everybody in that room.
Okay. Well, you know Darlene Ross. Right. This is Darlene.
District manager. District
manager. Linda, Ellen. I'm the newie.
She's the newest future manager.
This is Bronwyn Espen, another future manager. Yes. And then there's a few others coming later. And so, oh, and there's one more. There's Forrest. Yes.
She can't get up. She's elderly.
Hi, nice to have you. That is so cool. So cool.
So Merry Christmas. We just wanted to say Merry Christmas to you all. We love you guys and have a great rest of the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you. And guess what? You guys merged, so you can do drawings tonight. You're going to get a drawing gift too, Evelyn, and so are you, Helen. Love it. Thank you all. Thank you for saying goodbye before you go.
All righty.
Bye. All right. So we're going to go back. Thank you. That's awesome. I love it. We're going to go back to our Zoom here. And let's go back and I'm going to share my screen really quick because I want to take you to just a bit about Miami as we do a fast finish. Oh, sorry, I did that. Bear with me. I'm going to click fast. All right. Let me get to my current slide. Okay. So we talked about, again, let me just finish from here. Remember your objections, make your list, check it twice, and remember to share your story with some of those obstacles. It's okay to say, this was my number one or number two reason I didn't join right away, or that when I was invited, hesitated. So be sure to add that into your story. Remember as you call to say, hi, hello, this is Jackie. You remember me from, or I'm your Jafra consultant. I'm calling you because I thought of you because, and I love these three letters, OCI. This is what I observe about you, or this is what I know about you, and I wanted to, you share some compliments that are real from your heart. You're so outgoing. You're so much fun. I'm closing the year really building my squad for 2018, and I thought of you today because, and I want to invite you. So what did you see, like Lori at Subway, or, what have you thought about, like Linda calling her niece? Give some good tips about them, benefits in it for them, and invite them. Again, what are those benefits? Be enthusiastic, be emotional. Again, feel prepared. What's in it for them? And finish with a call to action. You know what? I'm open on Friday lunch breaks for 15 minutes on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. And who else can you bring along for a quick Zoom call? Or we can take a look at the website and I'll do a follow-up call with you for 5 minutes. So have places to invite them and block them out versus, okay, let's check our calendar. OMG, good luck, the calendars are too busy. So have a preparation like Linda did with her spa party already booked, and then have plan B for the next one. Remember, everything grows by expansion. Who do you know that? The key to inviting and success is inviting. If you don't invite, you got rejection, and you're never going to grow and never going to know. Find your voice, be authentic, be relatable. The story, their benefits, and their objections. Practice to build your confidence. Record your story and watch yourself. Listen to your words. Talk to text is awesome. Ask a friend for feedback. Ask someone in Jafra. And create different scripts like you did tonight, from clients to potential hostesses or consultants. If they don't want one service, offer the others. As you go to social.jafra.com, Lori has done an amazing job sharing so many ways to share on your websites. Please watch YouTube videos. I love the holidays because you can stay in your jammies on down days and you can just put on your headsets and you can go to some training. Block some me time for you to do some training, whether it's on YouTube or it's on Jafra's websites. This is a great time to learn to be your best. So I wanted to share this slide. Don't forget, I'm going to bounce for a quick second. Don't forget that Jafra has all of the modules. There's going to be 13 modules already here to get you ready for the new Jafra computer that's coming, the whole system, I should say, in 2018. Be sure you have graduation for your consultants who finish all 13. Do this during December downtime. I love December downtime. And January upstart time, those first couple of days. So teach your team and have some fun with those who get through all of the new modules. It's going to be really key to success. Okay, I'm going to finish fast because we've already recorded some training on Miami. But I wanted to end in our final 10 with remember your why. In this business, we sell, we sponsor, and promote. We make money 3 ways. So all I wanted to do was share with you how Miami could be the ticket, literally, to showing you how to do that. And that's this. To earn Miami with the land package. Our trip is July 12th through the 16th. You earn this trip December 1st through May 31st. You sponsor 10 people who have $500 accumulative retail from their website, Stay Royal, orders they place themselves. They have to have $500 either the month they join or accumulatively as well the following month, okay, to be eligible for one of your Miami consultants. That's 10 people over the next 6 months, December through May. But don't be silly, because the way they count as a business builder where your points are earned, everything for Miami except your airfare. Everything we give you, we go to, we do, except airfare, they have to earn business building. Business building is a new consultant's fast track over the amount of time since she joined between December 1st to May 31st. If she joins in December, she has 6 months to get to 1,500 retail, and she counts as a business builder. So it's not really fast start, but what's in it for them by Jafra to do it faster is Royal Jelly Rituals and that Fast Start iPad LaDonna talked about. The sooner you sponsor, the more time they have to earn 1,500 in retail, and the more time that they have to earn Miami. So sponsoring now, getting them to 500 this month and or next month, and then again setting up a plan by May 31st to get to 1,500. 10 people you sponsor who do that, you earned package land number 1. We're giving you a simple way for everybody to quick start this month, share as they can this month, and start with income next month. So don't forget to get them started now. Part 2, you want to earn the airfare and not buy your own plane ticket? Here's how you could do this. One option, of course, earn more points by sponsoring more business builders, which is 4 more business builders, you have 160 points. No, I'm wrong. Yes, I'm right. 4 more business builders, you have 160. Or you could sponsor those 10, work with them for the next 6 months. So sponsor soon. I would sponsor all November or December and January. Help them between now and the end of May get to 1,500. and you personally sell $1,000 4 out of those 6 months and $1,500 the other 2 months. So pick 2 big barn burner months, maybe Valentine's and Christmas shopping. I don't know. But you would also earn your airfare by also focusing on your sales. So you can choose to sponsor more business builders or do the 10, help them get along the way to $1,500 and then sell every month. Doing this will put, again, about $500 to $1,000 in your pocket. The sooner you sponsor, remember you start with 4 who are all sharing Jafra with you, and you become a manager and you earn 10% commission. So you can add hundreds of dollars to your income alongside your personal sales the sooner you sponsor. And if you're new, like Angie, Kristen, LaDonna, you're earning an iPad as well by promoting to manager. But you'll also have this amazing trip you will never get with experiences in Miami at the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, oceanfront rooms for all of you. So here's your action step. Text me if you are going to Miami at 651-503-8314 or Facebook me on the Jafra Amber Region Consultant Team Group, Jafra Amber Region Leader Team Group. Let me know, because we're going to be doing Miami Pod Squad calls with future leaders and leaders throughout this season. We will be using our Miami Mondays starting January 8th, and we're going to start Miami Mondays for 1 hour only from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific. All leaders, tomorrow is our final team planning day, and I'll do some one-on-ones or mini pod squad calls with all of you next week as well. 8 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. Pacific. December 12th tomorrow is group calls, and then we'll set up our pod squad calls. So let me know who on your team is going. Let me know their name, their cell phone number, and email, and I'm going to work with all of them alongside you, and we're going to build Miami together. My vision is to have 50 of you in Miami on the beaches. That's what I know we can do, and that's our minimum to celebrate South Beach, Miami, one of my favorite cities in the world. Imagine this. That's how you make money when you sell and sponsor. But I want you to think about this. If you had 4 people who each earned Miami, right? Or they start the business and they all invite 3 others. They become leaders, right? So out of your 10, 4 people become leaders to earn their iPad. And they each go help 3 people become leaders. And then it goes to 16 because they help 3 people become leaders. Then it goes to 64 because they help 3 people become leaders. This is how, and it goes to hundreds. This is how promoting leaders pays you the most. I'm not getting detailed, but this is someone. You saw Helen Wells. She's a district director. Let's say Helen had 7 people who all earned Miami. They became leaders. And then they spent, after these 6 months, they spent the next 6 months helping 3 others become leaders and earn their iPads just like they did. You would have, again, 7 different people who each have 3 groups who start with 4 consultants. That's 21 groups. Then they help 3 people. 21 times 3 is 60 groups, right? 20 times 3 is 60 groups. 60 times 3 is 180 groups. 180 groups times 3. Goodness gracious, we're over 500. Every time people do the same activity, they become leaders, they invite others to become leaders. Your income in this business grows by promoting groups who all start with 4. Just like your 10 you're going to sponsor to Miami, teach them how to sell and sponsor. Not only sell 1,500, start with 4 consultants, and they each do that and it multiplies. I don't know where you can make $32,000 a month in a simple business. It's just selling and sponsoring and inviting them to do the same. No judgment, just like being a client, a hostess, or a consultant. Fast start notes. don't forget, we're doing early bird sponsoring. Congratulations, Evelyn, Carla, Linda, and Michelle for your sponsoring. Congratulations. Linda, congrats for being #1 on our Ignite tonight. But we're going to do a contest for everyone who has sponsored. Doesn't matter if they've qualified, but let's get them activated this month with their shopping orders. We're sharing and profiting this month as well. But for everybody just purely sponsoring by the 15th, you will be in drawings from our region for $50 to $100 gift packages that will be sent to our 10 winners that I will do live on Facebook next Tuesday at noon Pacific time. You will enter one time for every sponsor. So Linda, you're winning in tonight's drawing, right? And you already won, by the way, with me. Don't forget to reach out to your team members, your future team members, and invite them to have 300 in cumulative sales this month and next month to earn this beautiful Jafra agenda. Oh my gosh. I know my California girls, you just saw at Helen's house, they were all there and got to see this beautiful thing. It's amazing, by the way. Don't leave it on the table. Many of you are earning your final month of our consistency-free product program, again with 500 in retail this month. Go get it. There's $114 for you, and check your list of your consultants. Don't leave our final black and white collection. Oh my gosh, I saw the beautiful totes at meetings in California on Friday. They're so beautiful. I'm jealous I don't have mine yet. Great job. Congrats, and finish strong with the wallet that we're going to fatten when you see everything in Dallas. Get your team registered. Honestly, I don't care if you have to do a group party for one day and everybody comes together and you do a party that pays for Dallas that day. You're the boss. They're the boss. Show them how they can get to Dallas. Write down who you want to invite. Write the benefits. The entire leadership program is launched there. We're going to do just a teeny bit on the computer because we have all your modules done for you. This whole day is making plans for the most incredible power up year of your lifetime. I hope you can dream of big bucks because it's here if you're willing to work. Don't miss this event. We're super excited. We're going to have a meetup the night before. You can see that all on Facebook. So we're going to fly in on the 17th. We're going to be there for the tour on the 18th with our wonderful meetup party at Bar Louie that night. And then we've got our event the whole day. Are my dates right? For some reason, my brain's losing it. Forgive me. I'm going to double check. 17th. I don't know. I'm going in. No, it's the 18th and 19th. Forgive me. The 19th is our big day with our recognition gala event. You can use business attire. You can change and get into your Reco banquet stuff. I don't care. Just come there. And don't forget, you're still finishing the recognition by promoting up. So be a leader this month. By having your top sales. We're going to give away beautiful gifts on stage, and it's all in how you finish this month to earn your 2017 recognition. So check your reports, check them twice. Again, don't forget to go to Jafra Biz for your training. This is ending our Ignite tonight. Jafra is a company where our mission is to transform the lives of millions of women around the world. At Jafra, our best gift to you this season is the freedom to be you. The freedom to give freedom away each and every day. I thank you for being at Ignite. I hope you saw some value in what you attended tonight. So thank you for being here live. I just want to open the microphones. Is there one takeaway you took away from tonight's Ignite meeting? Our meeting has ended, so if you have to go, please go. But I love participants live before I go. What did you learn from tonight's Ignite meeting?
Overcome objections.
Yes.
Overcome objections. That is really key. Constantly doing that. How did that help you tonight? Michelle's room. Look at that room. I love it. 2, 4, 6, 8. Do you have 9 of you in that room, Michelle?
One more.
Yeah, we have 9 up, and one more makes 10.
That is amazing. I love that. That's how you do Zoom. I love it. So how did it help you tonight, Utah?
How did it help you? Well, I think when you start talking about different objections and how to overcome them, it just gets your mind going and you start thinking of all the things you've heard and how you can apply the different answers for all of them. So I think it just helps you.
Awesome. And leaders in 2018, and anyone you're coaching for Miami, that's important to do every week, right? because it sounds all fluffy to say, oh, yeah, just say this. But then you get hit with those objections, and it's really easy to hang up the phone and be done, right? Okay, no big deal. And then you're like, oh my gosh. So practicing those objections builds your confidence and really gives you that push to want to make the call, because you've already thought about everything that could scare you, and now the scare is gone because you already overcame those fears. So I love that. So thank you. Anyone else in that room that you'd like to share what you took away from tonight?
I would say planning your time, organizing your time management, maybe.
The power of 5 minutes. I love it. Miss Diana Driggs out there, future director. It's true. It's managing the minutes. You know what? Today's world is managing minutes, not hours. People don't have spare hours, right? But the power of 5 minutes that you discipline yourself to. 5 minutes to make your list and really think about them. 5 minutes to do the calls. If you're going to wait for more time, I wish there was a magic pill, because there's still the same minutes in every day. So it's true. So be a minute manager, and a lot more can get done in a day than you ever imagined. So I love that. So thank you.
She doesn't want to be in the picture.
Thank you. I know. I saw the camera going. It's like, hi, everybody over there to the left. Love it. Or your right. So very good. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? We'll take one more share. What did you gain from tonight?
I just want to say the put it all in a bucket in one container, because I have sometimes caught myself where I go from my phone to my other writing notes and little post-its. So yes, centralizing the container is very key too for whenever and wherever you're at. Definitely.
Angie, that's a biggie, you know, especially starting as a new boss for yourself. Time management and organization is so challenging. It is, right? And especially when you're at home and you're on the go, but it does matter. So I love that. Thank you. Finding that container, and I'm so excited what you're going to see a sneak peek in Dallas about the app and what's ahead. Oh my gosh! I think this thing's going to know our calorie count, and it's going to be the Jafra app that I've talked about for years, the Jafra app. So that's going to come to us in May. That's going to really help you a lot. But for now, it's really important to stay organized. So start the new year really simplified, right? It's really just people, planning time, and making that connection by being simple and organized and prepared for business every minute along your way and throughout your day. But if you don't plan to do it, a year later, we're sitting here with the same business, right? So plan to grow, but know your why. Come back to, why am I doing this? And share that dream with your family. Keep it on your refrigerator. Look at it every day, because that's the motivation, right? So I thank you all so very much for being here. Susan Nichols, you were a rock star. Laura from training said, oh my gosh, I love her testimony. So great job, Susan. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Love that. Welcome to our consultants, Kristen and Angie. I know we've got Hurley here, Linda here. So thank you for that. Thank you to our leaders for a great year. Keep on igniting. And again, thank you, Hurley. She said great tips and reminders. Utah, you rocked it. I'm in awe of you. So I'm going to send you a whole lot of royal jelly samples. So you guys just share some of those sachets with all of you there. So I appreciate that. I'll send you a box of sachets. Everybody's a winner, and we'll do a couple of drawing gifts. So Michelle, do a couple of drawings tonight from everybody there. And I'm going to send the box to you, Michelle, and we'll go from there. I'll do that as well for Helen and Evelyn in California.
Wow.
So I look forward to seeing you all soon. Lori, thanks for all you are and all you have done for all of us this year. Appreciate you. Leaders, we'll see you tomorrow on our final team time. Good night, everybody. Thanks for lighting up my life this year. Appreciate you. Keep on igniting. Good night.